my independent and compassionate Aquarius friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. At Aquarius, this week you might notice a quiet restlessness beneath everything you do. It's not quite anxiety, and it doesn't always have a clear source or shape. It sits with you in the in-between moments, when you reach for your phone but pause, or when your mind drifts off in the middle of a conversation. You know what it is to observe yourself thinking, to sense a layer of friction that no one else sees. It's the feeling of being pulled in more than one direction at once, of wanting peace but also craving genuine connection and honesty. Perhaps there's a part of you that wishes everyone could just lay their cards on the table, just for a moment so the air could clear. But the air hangs heavy, and you carry on with your day, feeling the invisible tug-of-war inside. There's a sense this week of being on the edge of something, maybe not a decision, but a realization. You might catch yourself wondering if others feel the same subtle pressure, or if you're the only one who notices the low-level static beneath the surface. There's a longing to break through it, to let the truth spill out, even if you're not sure what that truth would sound like once it's spoken. You're not lost, but you are searching for a way through. It's an honest, urgent desire for clarity that shapes the next steps you take, even if those steps are small and quiet. Your inner state this week is marked by the energy of the 5 of Wands. It's not an obvious conflict, not loud or dramatic. Instead, it's like several conversations happening in your head at once, each with its own purpose and its own voice. Sometimes you feel as if you're juggling competing priorities, your ideals, your need for harmony, your drive to be understood, and your desire to keep the peace. There's a real tenderness here, a sense that you care deeply about those around you and about doing the right thing. At the same time, you're aware of the subtle competition that can arise when everyone is trying to be heard, including yourself. This can leave you feeling stretched thin, as if you're balancing on a wire between pleasing others and staying true to your own needs. There might be moments when you question if it's worth speaking up, or if it's easier to let things slide. But the impulse to engage, however quietly, remains. You might notice yourself replaying recent conversations in your mind, searching for the moment where things turned or where you could have said something differently. This isn't about blame, it's about wanting to find the right note, the point of harmony amid all the discordant sounds. There's also a sense of anticipation, as if you're waiting for a signal or a shift. You're attuned to the emotional undercurrents around you, which makes you sensitive to small changes in tone, body language, or even silence. Sometimes, this can make you feel responsible for smoothing things over, even when it's not yours to fix. Yet beneath this is a quiet strength, a willingness to hold space for tension without letting it define you. You know that growth often comes from discomfort, and you're not afraid to sit with it, even if you wish it would pass sooner. This is a week of living inside the questions, of holding the threads until the pattern becomes clear. This inner tension naturally gives rise to your path in the coming days. When you carry so many perspectives within, it's easy for outer circumstances to pick up on that energy and reflect it back to you. Small misunderstandings or disagreements can feel amplified because they echo the chorus inside your own head. What was once a quiet inner debate might find its way into your relationships, your work, or your daily routines. When you're stretched thin, even minor friction can take on new weight, nudging you to decide what matters most. The way you relate to others this week is colored by the push and pull you're experiencing internally. You may find yourself more sensitive to criticism or more aware of the subtle power dynamics at play in group settings. It's not always easy to hold your ground without feeling like you're escalating things, but the energy around you asks for clarity, sometimes in uncomfortable ways. This is not a week of easy consensus or effortless flow. Instead, it's a time when the pressures you feel inside are met by situations that require you to choose. Do you stand firm or do you step back? Do you name what's happening or do you wait for others to speak first? As the Five of Swords appears on your path, the stakes feel higher, even if the issues themselves are small. There is a sense of crossing lines, of words said that can't be unsaid, or of boundaries being tested. You might notice a temptation to win an argument, to prove a point, or to protect yourself by withdrawing altogether. In these moments, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture, of the relationships, values, and dreams that matter most to you. There is a risk of seeing things in terms of winners and losers, of getting caught up in a cycle of defensiveness or regret. Yet these experiences are not punishments. They are invitations to notice how you respond to pressure and what you need in order to feel grounded. This friction is not arbitrary. It arises because something within you is ready for change, for a new way of relating to others and to yourself. The week may bring conversations that leave you feeling raw or situations that challenge your sense of fairness. These moments, though uncomfortable, are the places where clarity can emerge, if you choose to meet them with as much honesty as you can muster. The path ahead asks for discernment, for a willingness to let go of old patterns that no longer serve you, and for the courage to stand in your truth without needing to be right. It's a delicate balance, but one that can open new possibilities if you stay present with what arises. Your potential this week isn't something that falls into your lap. It comes into being only when you meet the moment with conscious presence. The tension you feel and the conflicts that arise are not obstacles to overcome but invitations to step more fully into your own integrity. The choices you make, the words you speak, and the boundaries you hold all shape what becomes possible. If you move through this week on autopilot, the same cycles will repeat. But if you pause, reflect, and respond intentionally, something new can take root. With the Seven of Wands illuminating your potential, the invitation is to hold your ground, not in a combative way, but from a place of quiet confidence. You have earned your perspective, and you know what matters to you, even if others don't always see it. This is not about overpowering others or defending yourself at all costs. It's about recognizing the value of your own voice, even when it shakes. Growth here looks like showing up for yourself, even when it would be easier to fade into the background. There is a strength that comes from honoring your boundaries, from trusting your instincts, and from allowing yourself to be seen as you truly are. The world does not always reward authenticity in the moment, but over time, it brings a deeper sense of peace. This week, your potential lies in choosing to engage with courage, to stay present in difficult conversations, and to remind yourself that it's okay to be both vulnerable and strong. You don't have to have all the answers, nor do you have to win every battle. What matters is that you keep showing up, even when it feels hard. In doing so, you create the conditions for real connection and growth, both within and around you. As the week draws to a close, you may begin to see how these energies weave together. The restless tension of the Five of Wands, the sharp edges of the Five of Swords, and the steady resolve of the Seven of Wands are not separate chapters, but different facets of the same experience. It's as if you are moving through layers of understanding, beginning with the recognition of inner friction, then encountering it in the world around you, and finally discovering your own capacity to meet it with clarity and strength. You might look back on the week and notice moments where you spoke your truth, even if your voice was quiet. There could be times when you chose to listen rather than react, or when you stood your ground without needing to be understood by everyone. Each of these choices, however small, is an act of self-respect. They build on one another, creating a foundation that allows you to move forward with greater confidence. The reassurance here is simple. You are not defined by conflict or tension, but by how you meet it. The discomfort you feel is a sign that you care deeply about your relationships and your own growth. Even when things feel unsettled, you are learning to trust yourself more fully. The week may not bring easy answers, but it offers a deeper sense of belonging to yourself and to the life you are building. As you move into the days ahead, you carry with you a quiet assurance that whatever arises, you have the strength to meet it, one breath at a time. Actionable insights for Aquarius this week. Notice how your body feels when tension builds, and give yourself a moment to name it for yourself. Try letting one honest thought find its way into a conversation today, even if it's small. Allow yourself to step back from a disagreement just to see what changes inside you. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I notice my tension and breathe through it. My voice matters even when it shakes. I am allowed to take up space here. Every day I trust myself a little more. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.